Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to build the inside and outside of my Suburban house number 10. I shouldn't have to tell you that if you want to follow this video along, you should already have this Suburban house built. If you don't have it built already, don't worry, it doesn't take too long and you can find the tutorial for this house in both the card system and in the description below. The thumbnail for that video looks like this. You should be able to see a picture of that on the screen, so you have everything you need to find that video, build this house, and if you like, you can come back to this one and you can build the rest of it with us. So I am going to show you how to make everything that I showed you in the original video, the entire inside and the outside as well. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, why don't I show you how to get this house cracking? So, to begin with, we're going to need some pillar quartz blocks, some stone slabs, some quartz slabs, some sea lanterns, some block of quartz, some lime hardened clay, some light blue hardened clay, some red hardened clay, and some quartz stairs. Because the first thing we're going to be doing inside of this house is we are going to be doing all of the walls, and we're going to add a little bit of lighting, plus we're also going to be adding a little bit of flooring, or should I say a bit more interesting flooring. So the way that we left off the last video was I gave you guys some homework to do the floor. It looks like this. It's just regular stone slab. The stone slab is positioned just underneath the windows on both the ground floor and the second floor. However, I didn't tell you where the actual walls were going to go. So here we are. The walls are very, very simple. The walls are basically, we just have two of them to construct on the ground floor. They are left and right of the entrance, and they are in line with the block of quartz, or with the pillar quartz block left and right of the entrance. So we're going to take these top two corner blocks on the inside, we're going to take our pillar quartz block, and we're going to extend them from one end of the build to the other. This is going to create a hallway, and this hallway, as I mentioned, is going to take you from the front of the house to the back of the house, but it is also going to split the house very clearly in two. So this is where the walls are going to go. We also have to fill these in with block of quartz. So these walls will have to be filled in with block of quartz. We can add some more details to them later if we so wish, but this is what it will look like on the downstairs, plus the upstairs will look very similar. We also have some entrances that we can utilize to actually like get in and out of. This is the living room. So we have two entrances slash exits. We have one at the very end here. It's just one row away from the wall. We just have a 2-block entrance to get out, and we also want a similar thing. It's actually easier if we make it here. We also want an entrance slash exit that takes us in and out as well. So it's just one row away from the wall either side. This is the living room on the right hand side. On the opposite side of the house, we have to construct a wall here now too. On the opposite side of the house, on the left-hand side of the house, we have a kitchen slash dining room. So, as I said, the house is very evenly cut. We're going to have the same entrances in the dining slash kitchen as we do for the living room, so place entrances in the exact same position as you did on the opposite side of the house. We're also going to have a staircase. This staircase will obviously take us from the ground floor all the way up to the second floor. It's at the very back right-hand corner of the house in the hallway, and it's just going to be roughly in this position. We want to keep it as cramped up in the corner as possible, so we're going to place a quartz stair here in line with the stone slab for the second floor, and we are going to taper the stairs down, coming all the way down here until it hits the floor in the hallway. Then we're going to have pillar quartz block sideways facing next to the stairs. What you can also do is you can make it look a little bit more interesting. Like if you come up to the second floor here, make sure you can actually get up and down. So make sure that you actually have just enough room to get up and down. And you can replace the surrounding blocks used for the stair with pillar quartz block. And it makes it just look a little bit more interesting, to tell you the truth. So something like that number is actually pretty good. Now, once you've got that taken care of, let's make sure we can get up and down here. Yeah, we can. Okay, so once that's taken care of, and by the way, a very small touch that you might want to add to this is you might want to add some black stained glass pane that goes around the little top of the stairs here, just to make it look a little bit nicer. Up on the second floor, we have the same two walls, and we're going to use the pillar quartz block in the same positions as we did the front. It should be really easy to find, like it's just basically left and right of this window. I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. It's the same two walls in the same positions as you have just down below, except of course it's a little bit different because we have the attic here, and you want to construct the same walls. And it is a little bit different on the second floor. The way that it's different is on the second floor, you don't have as many entrances slash exits on one side of the house, which is actually the one that we're making now. So for this wall here that we've made on the right, the only entrance slash exit is this one, because the other entrance slash exit would be here, wouldn't it, where the stairs are, and we can't have that. That is where the master bedroom is going to be. We do have two bedrooms in this house, and I'm just going to construct this wall. We do have two bedrooms. We have a master bedroom, that's the biggest one. It has some cool stuff in there. It has a nice big bed. It has a big modern fish tank. It also has a lot of storage space. And the smaller bedroom, it's nice, it just has a bed and a little bit of storage space, but that's on this side. Plus we have a bathroom. We want the same entrances slash exits on this floor as we do down below, so we want the two entrances slash exits on like one row away from either side. Plus you may have noticed that we do have open ceilings on the second floor, but that's alright, we'll keep them for now. Heading back downstairs, here's something that we've got to consider. Downstairs, you might want a different kind of floor downstairs. So, in the hallway, for instance, you might feel as though you want to knock out the center stone slab blocks, and you might want to just leave like a surrounding area of stone slabs going all the way around the edge of the room, right? All the way around the edge of the hallway. And you might want to just use some like light blue hardened clay to make it look a little bit nicer and a little bit brighter. That's something you might want to do. You might also find that in the living room, you want to do a similar thing. I'm using red hardened clay. And we can also do a similar thing with the second floor later if you like, although I will show you the issues with doing that to the second floor in just a bit. But if you do want to do that to the second floor, then it will reduce the amount of space that you have down here, but I'll get to that later. I'll explain whether that will be a good or bad idea for you later. That is going to be completely up to you. So I'm just filling in the living room with red stained clay at the moment. You could use carpet if you liked. You could use a different color of clay. You could use a completely different material altogether. Perhaps you want to use pillar quartz block or quartz slabs or whatever you want. If we come over to the kitchen, you might want to do a similar thing here, except use lime hardened clay. You might want to use some lime here. And again, this is just to make the floors a little bit more interesting than they would originally, because otherwise they are going to be a bit boring just with the stone slabs. And I really do wish that I could do this with the upstairs without having to kind of like mess about with the floor. If you can do it upstairs, but you do have to lay a foundation of quartz slabs, like here, like underneath where the stone slabs are. You'll have to lay a foundation of that, but we'll experiment with that later. So now we have 3 rooms here, all different colors, all looking great. And if you like, you can also fill in the gaps. You're going to need to use stone slabs to do it, however. You can fill in the gaps in the hallway walls with stone slabs just at the top if it irritates you like it irritates me, because it does bother me quite a bit, to be honest with you. So I'm just going to fill those gaps in. It'd actually be easier from inside of the living room, to tell you the truth. It'd be a lot easier. There we are. Okay, so now that that's all done, we have to talk about lighting, because it's obviously a problem in here. So, in the living room here, I actually have 2 lights. They're made of sea lanterns. So, the first light is positioned in line with the window, right? This end window on the front. And it is 2 rows away from the window in the ceiling, and it's just a row of 3 sea lanterns like that, right? And then, around the sea lanterns, I just have a layer of quartz slabs. And it looks as though it is like hanging seamlessly from the ceiling like that. It's a cool effect, and I want to keep it like that. I want a similar thing on the other end here. So on the other end, I want to leave a gap of 2. I want to place 3 sea lanterns, and I want to place my quartz slabs. It kind of just has that modern feel of lighting. It has 2 different colors because it contrasts nicely against the stone slabs. And I don't know, it looks really cool and modern. I will not add another light in the center though. I will leave that alone because we have a big fish tank and stuff in the center, so I don't want to deal with it. In the hallway, whoops, where am I going? In the hallway, we have a different variety of lighting. I'll talk about that in a bit. In the kitchen, though, very similar lighting. In the kitchen, I'm just going to do the exact same variety of lights as I have in the other room. And it's just going to be in the same position, same sort of light. For the second floor, we'll probably do something very similar there as well. But I'm not going to focus on that until later because I want to start building some of these rooms. Like that. There we go. Perfect. So that's some lighting done now, guys. Let's talk about the hallway. So in the hallway, we have some unique things, really. In the hallway, we want to add some, like, potted plants and stuff. We'll need cauldrons for this. We'll also need jungle leaves. We also need some redstone lamps, and we need some dark oak fence, and we need some dark oak slabs. And we also need something to turn the lamps on with, like levers, and maybe even some quartz slabs as well. So, in the hallways here, we're just going to have, by the way, on the hallway entrances, walking into a room, we're just going to have a quartz slab above each one of the entrances, right? Like this. You guys can see what I'm doing here. And then we want to have a lamp next to the quartz slab. So I'm just going to, actually, we'll leave a gap of one. We'll place a lamp. We'll have a dark oak fence next to it. We'll have a dark oak wood slab above it. And then like a lever or something to activate it. So like this. Or you could even place another dark oak wood fence next to the lamp. So we're just going to add a couple of these next to the entrances. This will keep everything nice and bright. It also looks quite nice, they're kind of interesting, they're a little different variety of lighting, and it just means that the hallway is nice and lit up. If you wanted to add even more lighting to the hallway, as you might find that is still a little bit dark, you may just want to add like a torch or so, just to kind of brighten things up a little bit. Or, if you want, you could also do something a little bit more modern. You could just add like a couple of sea lanterns just here, just underneath the stairs, just to keep things lit up. That doesn't look too bad, to be honest with you. Or maybe you could place oh, okay, so here's an idea. Here's something that we could do. We could just place some sea lanterns underneath the stairs, kind of like this, and then we could place something on the sides of them to mask them. We could place some like wooden trapdoors or something like that. No, we can't because they don't want to grip. Oh, okay. Okay, well, they don't want to grip to the side of the sea lanterns, but that's okay. We could just leave them as they are just to provide a little bit of light. I'm also going to add some potted plants around the place, some cauldrons with some jungle leaves inside of them. At the very end of the house and at the beginning of the house as well. I just want some cauldrons with some sea lanterns with some jungle leaves in them as well, just because I do think that they look quite nice like that there. That's the hallway pretty much done. We're not going to add any more light to the hallway. Let's talk about the living room. The living room will require a lot more materials. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to grab all of them that I'll need, and then I'll be back and I'll tell you what you need, just so that you don't have to suffer through me figuring it out. Okay, so some of the things you'll need for this room include quartz stairs. We'll need ourselves some jukeboxes. We'll also need some redstone lamps, some dark oak fence. We'll need some item frames, some block of coal. We also need some wooden trap doors. We also need some like levers, and also some quartz slabs. Plus we need every single other one of the items that you can see in my inventory right now, and possibly even more. You might want to take a note of that, grab everything, and then come back. So the first thing we're going to build is a table. The table is right at the back corner of the room, and the back of the house, and it is simply two upside down quartz stairs placed together opposing each other. You want to place a jukebox on top of each one of the blocks of the table. You want to place a dark oak fence coming up from the left hand side of the table. Item frames in front of the jukeboxes, blocks of coal in front, and that is a simple little radio that we've just made. You're also going to want, let's change this up, like some sort of wood, so like a dark oak wood stair. And we're just going to place that next to the table, and we're going to place wooden trapdoors left and right of that stair. It's just a chair and a radio, that's all that is for decoration. We're also going to place a lamp in this room. The lamp's just going to be next to this entrance here, and we're just going to place a quartz slab on the ground with a dark oak fence above it, with a redstone lamp above that, with a quartz slab above that, and then we'll place like a switch. And that's just a nice simple little floor lamp. On the opposite end of the room, we want to place, and we're missing material for this already, we're going to need some like spruce wood stairs. We're going to place like a bookcase. So we need the spruce wood stairs, the oak fence, we need the spruce wood slabs, we also need books, as you might imagine. We're also going to have a chair that will be made of like magenta hardened clay, and we'll use the spruce wood stairs again, the magenta hardened clay, and we'll need the wooden trapdoors, and maybe even some, yeah, we'll add like a cup, so we'll use like flower pots as a cup. Okay, so right in the very opposite corner here, right here next to the wall, we want a bookcase. The bookcase begins in the corner, as I said, and we just want to place a spruce wood fence, and then we want to do 2 spruce wood slabs coming right, with another spruce wood stair, an upside down spruce wood stair. I said fence, didn't I? But we want an upside down spruce wood fence, 2 slabs next to it, a spruce wood fence. We want to have 2 rows of bookshelves on top of the 2 center slab blocks. We want to place oak wood fence next to those shelves, and then we want to place a spruce wood slab on top of the bookshelf. And then we're going to want to make a little seat. So 1 row away, directly in front of the bottom of the window, we want a row of 3 magenta hardened clay. We want to place a spruce wood stair in front of the center block, then a magenta hardened clay in front of each one of the end magentas, wooden trapdoors in front of that, with a flower pot on top of one of the arms of the little chair. Nice little seating area, that is. And once that's done, we have to make probably the biggest part of the room, so we're going to make a TV. So the TV is on the outer wall, and it sits inside of these 6 blocks here, right? So we want to take the 4 middle blocks here, the 4 quartz blocks, and we want to place stone slabs in front of them. We'll also need some quartz stairs for this. We'll need the jukeboxes again, some item frames. We'll need block of coal. We also need some quartz slabs. We also need for this a little bit of painting. And that should hopefully be it. So we want to place our row of 4 stone slabs in front of the quartz. Then we want to have upside down quartz stairs on either end, like facing inwards, like this. We want to place a row of 2x2 block of coal on top of the 2 center slab blocks. And we want to place quartz slabs left and right of that coal at the very bottom and at the very top. We want to place 2 jukeboxes on the left and 2 jukeboxes on the right, and we want to have a row of quartz slab directly on top, like this. We want to place item frames in front of the jukeboxes, and we want to place a block of coal inside the jukeboxes, and you want to rotate the block of coal so that the speakers are diamond shaped. Then place an interesting painting on the center of the screen, so it could even look like that actually. Like, I was looking for like a 2x2 painting, but that is actually perfect. That fits on there nicely, so why not have a big wide screen? Now that that's done, we're going to make the sofa that sits on the wall opposite. So the sofa that sits on the wall opposite is quite extravagant. It uses pillow quartz block, it uses cyan hardened clay, it even uses some stone brick stairs, it uses buttons, it uses ice. We need some item frames, some vines, clownfish, pufferfish. Let me show you how this is made. So exactly opposite to the TV, we want to place on the back wall 2 cyan hardened clay in the same position that we placed the quartz stairs. So like in this position right here. Can you see? And then we want to place, let's make this interesting. Let's grab some sea lanterns just for light, and let's place a row of sea lanterns in between the cyan hardened clay. Then on this back wall here, above where we have the sea lanterns, we want to place like vines above one of the lanterns, like an item, and then a set of like item frames, and then like some fish inside of the item frames. That's where the clownfish and stuff come in, and the pufferfish. Like, place some fish and some vines in there and stuff. Then we want to place, in front of the cyan stained clay blocks, we want to place rows of 3 pillar quartz block, like this. We then, in front of the sea lanterns now, I suppose, in front of the sea lanterns, we want to place a row of cyan hardened clay. Then a row of, we want to place a row of 2 stone brick stairs, no, a row of 4 stone brick stairs actually, right in the center here. We then want to place some quartz stairs coming around from the corner of the stone brick stairs, and they want to connect like this, they want to connect at the corners. And we then want to place, we kind of want to put a lid on this thing, we kind of want to use our, we want to connect the tops of the pillar quartz together with cyan hardened clay. And then we want to put a layer of quartz slabs right on top of this. Then we want to add buttons to the cyan hardened clay on the outside. And then we want to place like ice around this to give the illusion that the fish and stuff are in water. And that will be a nice little like sofa slash fish tank. I think it looks quite good like that. You might find that you don't like the sea lanterns, but that's kind of your preference. You can do as you wish with those. You can change that to water very, very easily, but I like that. And that's just a nice sofa. We have a TV, we have an area to sit and listen to music, and we also have an area to read our books. That's the living room. There's quite a lot of stuff in here. Why don't we move over now to the dining room? And I'll grab everything I need again, and then I'll be back with you once I have it. Okay, so for the dining room, we'll need just a sample of these blocks, but we'll need a block of iron, block of quartz, spruce wood planks, cauldron, we'll need tripwire hooks, wooden trapdoors, furnaces, daylight sensors, and stone brick stairs, but we also need everything else that you see in the inventory, and likely even more than we have. Okay, so grab everything that you see there, and once you've done that, we can progress on to actually making this. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the kitchen part of the kitchen diner. So, we're going to start in this very front left-hand corner of the house, right here. And we're going to begin by building a fridge. This is simply 2 blocks of iron on top of each other, and we also want to place buttons in front of the iron. Going right of the bottom iron, we want to place 2 blocks of quartz going right, and you want to place a button in front of the right block of quartz, and you want to place an item frame with a music disc in front of the left hand one. So that's like a washer dryer. That is a that's like a washer, that's like a tumble dryer. You might also want to place a wooden trapdoor on top of one of these. The one with the button kind of makes sense. I kind of like that. And then going right of this, we're just going to place a spruce wood plank with some wooden trapdoor, with a wooden trapdoor in front of it. Then right of that, we'll place a cauldron. This can be a sink with a tripwire hook above it. Then going right of that, we'll place another counter, so like a block of quartz, and just place like a wooden trapdoor in front of that. If you want to change anything up at all, use stone pressure plates on top of the quartz just to change things up a bit. Then going right of that, we're going to place an oven, so a furnace with a daylight sensor on top of it, with a stone brick stairs above it. Kind of looks like a modern oven. Kind of looks like a grill, extractor, oven. Or at least I think so. You might also feel as though you want to place a painting on the wall above these. Maybe like a 2x2 painting. Yeah, or a 1x2 rather, whatever. 2x1, 1x2, whatever. Yeah, that looks kind of nice anyway. That looks quite good. I like that. And that's like the kitchen portion. You might also feel as though you want to place some like units, some cabinets. So some spruce wood planks for this, some spruce wood slabs, some chests, maybe some spruce wood stairs. You might also want to use some wooden trapdoors as well. I like to use them a lot. So just left of the entrance, leaving a gap of 1, we're going to place a spruce wood plank, then a chest, then a spruce wood plank. We're going to place spruce wood slabs on top of all of this. Then leaving a half gap, we're going to do the same thing just above, like a spruce wood plank, chest, spruce wood plank, with some spruce wood slabs above that. Then we're just going to place some wooden trapdoors, left and right of the chest, and that looks kind of like a side unit, or like a, I don't know, just like something that you'd keep a lot of storage space in. Plus it's also handy because we have the chests. Right in the very back of the room here, we're going to have a little seating area that's going to be made up of, we'll be using some pistons, we'll need some block of redstone, some white carpet, some signs, we need spruce wood stairs, we need some wooden trapdoors, and I don't think anything else. So we're going to make a table. The table is going to seat 4 people, and it wants to be 3 by 3. So in the ground, I'm going to knock an area of 3 by 3 right here, just at the end, leaving a gap of 1 all around the table. I'm going to place redstone block in the ground where I've just knocked it out. Then I'm going to place pistons inside. Then I'm going to place a spruce wood stair in the center of each side of the table. I'm going to place white carpet on top of the table. I'm going to place wooden trapdoors left and right of each one of the stairs. And I'm also going to place on the back of the stairs, I'm going to place signs. This will just look like nice fancy little chairs. And that'll really, once we've done this, this will conclude the kitchen diner. So I'm just going to place these signs on the back of the stairs. And, I don't know, it kind of makes them look nice. There we are. That's the kitchen dining room. Has everything that you kind of expect. Let's move upstairs now. So if we were to move upstairs here, and why don't we begin with the master bedroom? Let's begin with the master bedroom. This is this bedroom. You guys know this. So in the master bedroom, we're going to need another whole host of materials. Let me grab them and then I'll show you the different materials we'll need. Alright, so for the master bedroom, we need all of this stuff, but we're going to begin with spruce wood stairs, some spruce wood slabs, some quartz slabs, some red sandstone slabs, some sea lanterns, some pillar quartz blocks, some cyan hardened clay, ice, and some buttons. We're going to be making a bed, another aquarium because I love them, and we're going to be making some storage space, and it's actually going to look quite interesting. So grab everything that we have there and head towards the back of the room. So the bed in this room is in line with the window, so these 5 blocks. And we're going to begin by placing a spruce wood stair in front of each end of the window, the cyan stained clay blocks, and we're going to place a row of sea lanterns in between. We're going to place quartz slabs in front of the sea lanterns with 3 rows of red sandstone slabs in front of that, so 3 rows in total. We want to, or maybe 2 rows. Maybe we'll have 2 rows? Nah, we'll stick with the 3, why not? Let's have a big bed. And then we're going to extend the spruce wood stairs out in front by 3 slabs, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to have spruce wood stairs on the ends of the slabs. And they're going to be facing this way, like opposite to the normal stairs. Then take the very first stairs and place upside down spruce wood stairs on top of them. Take out the spruce wood slabs and extend them out towards the edge of the bed. Connect them together at the end, and also connect them together at the start, like this. So now you have a really cool, lit up bed. It looks pretty good, or at least I think it does. So, now that that's done, we're going to create a fish tank. This fish tank is going to be, well, it can kind of be as big as you want, but I'm going to have it right at the foot of the bed, and I'm going to leave a gap of 2 just so that we have a decent amount of space. So leaving a gap of 2 from each end of the bed, you want to have a row of 2 pillar quartz block coming up from, like I said, like 2 blocks away from each end of the bed. Pillar quartz block. You then want to place a cyan hardened clay coming out from the base pillar quartz blocks, and then you want to have pillar quartz blocks coming up from each end, so you want to have 2 pillar quartz blocks coming up. Then cyan hardened clay connecting the front and the back together like this, and then sea lanterns at the bottom just to light up the tank. Place ice all the way around this, all the way around in between the pillar quartz blocks, and then we're going, whoops, sliding, and then we're just going to place quartz slabs all the way around the top of this, like that. We're going to place buttons in front of any cyan stained clay that you can see, or I suppose it's cyan hardened clay. I'm sure at some point it was stained clay. So we're just going to place buttons all the way around there, and then we can put our fish in. So I'm going to use vines, some item frames, and then 2 different kinds of fish. Oh yeah, we can have 2 different fish. So I'll place like vines, let's say on the left hand side towards the back here, because we want to look at our tank from the bed, so we'd want the fish to be positioned like that. And then we're just going to place some item frames, and then like a clownfish and a pufferfish, and then we can look at our tank. And then we're going to place quartz slabs just in between. So there we go. There we have a pretty nice looking fish tank, if I do say so myself. And then on the back wall of this room, we have some storage space, and we have just some kind of like something interesting to look at. And to make it, we need some oak wood stairs, we need our spruce wood fence, we need chest, ender chest, We also need ourselves some spruce wood slabs. We also need our item frames, and we need the Eye of Ender or Ender Pearl. Just that's something interesting just to put inside. And we need some flower pots. So right at the very end of the room, we want to have in the corners an upside down oakwood stairs. We want to have chests coming in from each one of those stairs, and then we want to have another upside down oakwood stairs pointing towards the center of the room. We want an end chest in the very center block of the room, and then we want flower pots on top of each one of the oak wood stairs. Then we want to place item frames above each one of the chests, and just put something interesting inside the item frames, or something that would actually be inside those chests. Place chests above each one of the item frames. Place spruce wood fence above each one of the available oakwood stairs. Place upside down oakwood stairs facing towards the center on top of each one of the fence, and then place spruce wood slab coming all the way across the top, like this. And that looks like a really cool storage area. It looks quite modern. It's just interesting. It looks interesting. That's the word that I'd use. And then use some flowers or something to fill up the flower pots. I like yellow ones. And this is the master bedroom. It looks quite nice. There's no more to add. If you want, I don't know whether we're going to be adding carpet yet, but some red carpet in here. Yeah, maybe we'll add carpet instead of adding like some clay into the floor. Just add some red carpet here, just to make it a bit more interesting. And if you like, it could kind of, what you could do is you could just add a seat here. So why don't we add a seat, because it kind of makes sense, or maybe even a table. Yeah, why don't we add a table? Why not? So maybe some like, we'll use like spruce wood for this. We'll use like 2 upside down spruce wood stairs, and we'll use spruce wood slabs in between them. Oh, this is going to be tricky, isn't it? So we want to have like upside down spruce wood stairs like this, right? And then spruce wood slabs in between. And then maybe like a chair? Maybe like facing inwards or outwards like this, and it'd be a different kind of chair. Maybe we want it facing this way. Maybe we want kind of like a desk facing that way, right? And then maybe we then want like the classic chairs, sort of like we want to have upside down wooden trap doors like this, and some signs, and a sign on the back. And we could have, like, if we wanted to, we could have some white, we could have snow works as well. Oh, no, it doesn't. We can't place snow on top of it. Some carpet, maybe. Maybe just like a red carpet right in the center. And then maybe like a flower pot here, maybe. Just on the left-hand side. And maybe something else here. Like, what would work well there? Maybe like a brewing stand or something? That kind of looks good, doesn't it? I quite like that. Just something else to add to the master bedroom. Well, now that that's done, let's talk about the hallway. Something that we can definitely do to the hallway, because I don't think we're going to be adding cyan stained clay to the floor. You can add a bit of carpet to the hall, just because I think that it'll brighten things up a little bit. Plus, we might also add some lighting to the hallway as well in a bit. But there you go, add some carpet to the hall. We'll come back to this in a bit, though. So, on this side of the house, right here, we want to have a bathroom and a bedroom. The bathroom and the bedroom are separated with a row of block of quartz, and we also want to have our pillar quartz block. We're going to be positioning the wall. We are going to be positioning the wall just left of this window. So we're going to have a row of pillar quartz block that connects the pillar quartz on the outside of the house, that connects it from the outside to the very center, and then we're going to have the row of block of quartz in between. This room here that we're in currently is going to be the bathroom. The other room is going to be the spare bedroom. Let me show you everything that you'll need for the bathroom. You need a surprising amount of stuff, guys. Okay, so to make the bathroom, we'll need some block of iron, some water, some tripwire hooks, some oak wood stairs, some spruce wood slabs, some levers, some buttons, flower pots, and some stone pressure plates. Plus, we need everything else that you see in the inventory right now. As always, grab it. Once you've got it all, continue on. So, we're going to begin here by making the bath. The bath is in the corner of the room, like right in this corner away from the windows, right here. We're going to have a row of 3 water placed coming in from this corner towards the end of the house, towards the left-hand side of the house. That wall. We want to do 1, 2, 3. Place a row of iron that goes all the way around the water, like this. Place a tripwire hook on the hallway wall coming in towards the water. Place upside down oak wood stairs at the end of the long end of the bath, at the ends of the long end of the bath, on the left and right, connected together with spruce wood slabs. Place like a flower pot on one of the on one of the oak wood stairs, just to kind of like, I don't know, just for it to be something, basically. We then want to place in the corner, towards each one of the windows, we want to place a block of iron, and then we want to place cauldrons, come in towards the hallway, and then we want to place another block of iron. We'll place a tripwire hook above the cauldron, and we want to place a stone pressure plate on top of the first block of iron. We want to place a flower pot on top of the second block of iron, and we want to place buttons in front of each of them. We want to have, in the corner, closest to the entrance, we just want to have a shelf that is made of spruce wood slabs, and we want to have flower pots with a flower pot and, like, I don't know, like just a poppy inside of it. You can also, if you like, take that and you can just place like a painting just next to that poppy, preferably just a single block painting. You could also do the same thing above the bath if you really wanted to, just to kind of give you something to look at whilst you're just there soaking, taking the weight of the day off of you. If we could actually get one that fits, of course. This might take a while. There we go, perfect. I love that painting. We have to make the toilet. So the toilet is made out of a cauldron, quartz stairs, we also need a block of iron, we also need a button, we also need the stone pressure plate, water, also wooden trapdoors. Right in this corner, we're going to have, it needs to be an upside down quartz stairs facing this way, so I'm just going to knock out the wall briefly. An upside down quartz stairs facing this way backwards. It wants a block of iron on top of it, with a button on the side, with a stone pressure plate on top of it. We want to have a cauldron in front of the quartz stair. We want to have water inside of it with a wooden trapdoor on top of it. I'm just going to repair the wall now. So I'm just going to repair the wall with a block of quartz. However, I am going to leave this gap, and I'm also going to place a lever next to the gap on this side and also the opposite side as well. We will eventually have a door there. There we go. That's the bathroom pretty much done. If we move into this room, this is where the spare bedroom is going to be. Let me grab everything we'll need for the spare bedroom. So, for the spare bedroom, we will need some spruce wood stairs, some spruce wood slabs, some oak wood stairs, some oak wood slabs, some chests, some beds, some sea lanterns, cauldrons, and some jungle leaves. Let's begin with the bed, shall we? So, the bed in this room is in this corner right here, away from the windows. It's this opposite corner, the same corner as the entrance is on. We want to have a spruce wood stair with 2 sea lanterns going right, with another spruce wood stair on the opposite end. We want to place beds in front of the lanterns, and we want to place 2 oak wood slabs in front of the stairs. We want to place upside down spruce wood stairs above those stairs. We want to connect them together with oak wood slabs, and we want to place spruce wood slabs coming out of the 2 stairs in front of the bed. Connect them together at the end with either spruce wood slabs or maybe even oak wood slabs, and there you have a pretty nice looking bed, if I do say so myself. I really like it. Opposite the bed, we're going to have some storage space. So where the beds are, in the floor, place chests. Leaving a gap of 1, place another double chest. Above, or between the chests, above the chests, place spruce wood slabs. Then, place, next to the lower half of chests, place upside down spruce wood stairs, with oak wood stairs above that, with upside down oak wood stairs above that, with spruce wood slabs above that. Then, in the corner, place a cauldron with some jungle leaves, and this is the spare bedroom. Pretty nice. Nothing wasted, enough room to maneuver around. It's quite nice in here. You may also want to place like an iron door to separate the ensuite bathroom. Yeah, you have an ensuite bathroom. Pretty nice, right? So, the hallway. The hallway, you might find, why is that block removed? Why are we missing a red carpet? I have no idea. So you might find that in the hallway, you want to add some additional light. Like the redstone lamps with some levers and some like oak wood fence with a little bit of dark oak wood slabs above it look quite good in my opinion. So you might want to place them kind of like, I don't know, like here and like here, just next to the entrances, and maybe like here as well. And you might just want to place like oak wood fence left and right of each one of the lanterns, and then place also the oak wood slabs on top of each one of the lanterns, because I think that looks quite nice. And then like some leathers underneath them, either on the wall or underneath the lanterns themselves, and that should provide quite a bit of light for the hallway. It's a different story with each one of the rooms, so we're going to use quartz slab to fill in the roofs here. So we're going to simply, like I said, we'll use quartz slab here, just underneath where the actual roof starts. So just underneath the windows. Can you see the windows on the outside of the house? Well, we're going to have quartz slab, and we're just going to use this as the roof. So we just want to have this be the entire roof for the entire second floor, and once that's done, we can then determine whether we want additional lights added to any one of the rooms. It might have been a smart idea to add that to begin with, but the thing is, like, some of these rooms, I'm not sure whether I want to add lights, and if I do want to add lights to certain amounts of these rooms, then I'm not sure in what position I want to add them in, so I figured I'd wait until the very end. We'll also have to fill in the cracks between the walls and the ceiling once we actually just do this. This has actually taken a really, really long time. I wish that I would have done this off of recording, to be honest with you. It's a little bit tricky as well, because now that we do have all of the walls and stuff in, obviously it's a little bit more difficult to maneuver, but it's okay. It's not too difficult. I think that we only have just a couple of rows of this left, and it might be a bit easier if I just shrink it on the sides a little bit, but that's okay. We've got it done now. There's no point in trying to cut it out now. Now at least you can see where everything goes. So there we go. And I'm just going to pop down into the master bedroom now. I'm going to fill that in, and like I said, I'm going to fill in the gaps just above the walls. We'll have to, there we go, just above the walls, I'm going to use quartz slabs like this. And I'm also going to, what happened there? I'm also going to fill in the gap here just between the two rooms, unless you wanted to add like a little bit of glass in there instead. Okay. So, where are we going to be adding any extra sea lanterns? I might add some in the bathroom here. I might add it right in the center of the room. If you line up in the center of the two windows, like if you line up like in the center of this window and in the center of this window, it might look good to have some sea lanterns just above there. Whilst it isn't the center of the room because this room has an even amount of blocks, you know what, it could. Maybe we'll just have 2 rows of sea lanterns and we'll place quartz slabs around it. I was just going to stick to a single strip, but at least this way everything is nice and lit up. So I think that actually looks quite good. We do want the bathroom to be nice and light. If we head into the spare bedroom, we'll do a similar thing here. We'll have like 2 rows of sea lanterns, and we might have to do this a bit different. So yeah, that's 2 either side, and then here, I think we'll just have kind of like this formation. No, we'll have that. There we go. That looks quite good. That doesn't look too bad. And then we'll place our quartz slabs around it. So it's very similar lighting as to what we have downstairs, but I do think it looks nice, and it does light up the house a lot. Like it's definitely important. In the hallway, I'm not so bothered. The master bedroom, I'm also not as bothered. Like, there's quite a bit of light around this end of the room, but maybe just above the bed, maybe we'll add a little bit of sea lanternage. Maybe here, just above the center of the bed. I think the bed does have a center, doesn't it? Yeah, maybe we'll add a little bit of sea lanterns above the center of the bed here. Right here. And maybe we'll even add some here, just above where the desk is, where this lovely looking desk is. Let's add, no, it's here, isn't it? There we go. Just above the desk, we're also going to add some sea lanterns. That'll light up the room nicely. If you want to add more, you can, but I quite like it like this. And this will probably conclude the inside of the house, which we've actually been at for absolutely ages now. There we go. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? Perfect. So, once you've got the entire second floor done, You might want to add some more stuff actually, like just to kind of like add to the hallway. You might find that you want to add some cauldrons and like some jungle leaves, and you might find that you just want to add some extras like some paintings. So like at the end of the hall here, you might want to add cauldrons and jungle leaves inside. You might want to add like a painting or two to the actual like to the hallway. Preferably, again, like if it was like a 1x2 painting or a 2x1, there we go, that looks kind of good. That's the exact same painting. It doesn't matter, we're a fan of that painting. You might also just want to add like doors to each one of the rooms. That just adds a nice touch to have a door on a room, you know? And if we were to move downstairs, like it's a similar story down here. If you wanted a painting, like whether it's a single one or what have you in the halls, if you find them a bit boring, then add one. It can't do any harm. It'll probably look quite nice. And you might just find that you hate the sea lanterns below the stairs, so I'm just going to get rid of those. I'm also going to get rid of the quartz slabs above the doors because I don't particularly like that either, to be honest with you. I think that we're perfectly fine with it like this. If you wanted to, like I said, like I might add some torches just here and here, just to keep things a bit light. And if I wanted to, I could have some concealed torch lighting just behind the stairs, just to keep things nice and bright, but it's not 100% necessary. And that is the inside of the house, ladies and gentlemen. Now that all of that's done, I have to get outside. Now that all of that's done, we're going to move on to the outside of the house. And the first thing that we're actually going to add to the outside of the house is we're going to add some more potted plants, and we're going to add some flowers. So grab flower pots, poppies, whatever your favourite flower is. Left and right of the entrance, right at the beginning, we're going to have cauldrons with jungle leaves inside of them. On top of the windowsill, on the very ends of the windowsill, just left of the entrance, we're going to have flower pots with poppies in them, or whatever flower you want. On top of the pillar quartz block, left and right of the entrance here, where we have the fence, I'm going to also have flower pots with poppies in them. On the back, we're going to have a similar setup. So on the back here, I'm also going to have like the two cauldrons with jungle plants in them. And I'm also going to have the flower pots and poppies on the ends of the windows, and I'm also going to place them just here, just like left and right where the fence is. It just makes it look a little bit nicer, a little bit brighter. It adds a bit more colour to the house because it doesn't have that much colour to the house. It is very boring in terms of colour, despite the fact it does look very modern and very nice. So there we go, guys. That is the complete inside of the house done. I realise that's taken ages, but the outside actually doesn't take anywhere near as long. So let me grab everything we'll need for the outside. Let me see if I can get all of it in my inventory, and then I'll be back and I'll show you what we need. Okay, so I've managed to gather most of the stuff we'll need for outside. To begin with, we're going to need some spruce wood, some oak leaves, some cobblestone slabs, some tall grass, some oxeye daisies, some cobblestone wall, oak fence, stone bricks, and some blue orchids. Also, feel free to change any of the flowers and woods and stuff to your personal preference, but I like a lot of the flowers that I'm choosing and selecting, so grab everything you see in the inventory there. We have most of what we'll need. We'll grab what we do need for the rest of it a little bit later on, so grab everything. Once you have everything, the first thing we're going to construct on the very front of the house is going to be a small pond. So this small pond is going to be made of cobblestone slabs, or should I say that it's going to have kind of like a cobblestone slab border, and just make it like a relatively small pond, make it a little bit random, and form kind of like a circular shape like that. Place a tall grass on top of one of the blocks and like a flower or so on top of another one of the blocks. Destroy all of the others, like this. Destroy the blocks that you haven't placed anything on top of, and then grab some water because you realised you forgot it, or at least I did. So I'm just going to fill the rest of the pond here with water. We'll need it later anyway. So there you go. You have a nice little pond. On the corner of the pond, the front left-hand corner of the pond, I'm going to place a tree. It's going to be a pretty weird-looking tree, I think. So I'm going to use spruce wood, and I'm just going to construct a tree. If you want to make a tree, just make it a bit random. The thing about Minecraft trees, and there's nothing wrong with Minecraft trees, is they're very, very predictable, and they're just not that interesting looking. Whilst I like them, they just don't look natural. an easy way to solve that is simply by making your own tree. Like, if you just make a normal, kind of like a random shape with some spruce wood, some oak wood, some dark oak wood, whatever the case may be, if you just make a random shape, it will generally look better than a Minecraft tree. Even if it does look a little bit weird, I generally like it when people make their own trees. You can make them as big as you want, you can make them in any sort of shape you want, you can kind of make them fit the area that you're looking for. Like this one is supposed to kind of like fit next to this pond. It's supposed to kind of, it's not supposed to overshadow it, it's supposed to just kind of like fit the lines of the pond, and I think that it does a pretty good job. Now, is that a great looking tree? I don't particularly think so. It's not like a 100% masterpiece, but I do think that it's a little bit better than just a regular Minecraft tree, because it does kind of fit the shape of the pond a little bit, and it's a bit more interesting to look at because it's something that you probably don't see that often in Minecraft, a weird looking tree like that. Or just plant one and grow one with bone meal. It's completely up to you. On the opposite side of the garden here, in line with the window, we're going to have a nice little flower garden. So we're going to one row either side of the window, so it's going to be a pretty big garden, so like the quartz blocks of the window. We're going to trace it down onto the ground, and we're going to place like a stone, a stone fence, like where the edge of the garden is going to be, like in line with the quartz. I'm going to place oak wood fence in between that. I'm also going to place an oak wood fence coming out from each one of these stone walls. I'm going to leave a gap of one, place another fence, then a cobblestone wall. I'm going to then connect those cobblestone walls together. I'm going to place blue orchids on the inside of each one of the long rows of the wall, and then I'm going to place some stone bricks inside of these holes inside of this little garden. Looks quite nice, doesn't it? So there we go. We don't have too much going up front here, but that's all we have for a front garden. We don't need much. It looks good as it is. Let's move to the back here. Let's make some of the things out back. So out back, we're going to have another pond. It's the first thing we're going to make. So we need the cobblestone slabs again, like tall grass is good. Some sugar canes this time. Maybe even, like once again, maybe we'll use blue orchids in the pond. We're also going to be making another tree, this time out of birch wood and pink wool. And we will also, you know what, we'll also need a little bit of coarse dirt for later on if we can find it. So this pond is going to be on the left-hand side of the back of the house. It's going to be a little bit bigger. We're going to have a bit of a bigger pond. So maybe like it wants to once again kind of like be a random shape, kind of like a circle. Something like that kind of looks good. That doesn't look too bad. We'll also need the water, won't we? So let's leave 2 blocks alone, where we're going to place some sugar cane. So we'll leave that block. We'll leave these 3 blocks. We'll fill the rest of the area in with water, and we'll have a blue orchid, and we'll have 2 sugar canes. So we'll have the sugar cane here, 1 small one and a big one, and a blue orchid in the center. That's great. Now let's grow a tree. So I'm going to grow a tree coming right out of the back here, right out of the back of the pond. It'll look a little something like this. So why don't we have... Yeah, okay. There we go, that looks alright. So we have the birch wood, and we kind of have a little frame here. We'll have a branch coming out here, and now we'll just surround this branch here with pink wool. We'll make a nice little branch. That looks alright to me, that doesn't look too bad. And then we'll kind of like go around the top of this bit, the top of the tree. And this is one of my favourite kind of trees to make, by the way. I kind of like the cherry blossom tree. It's definitely one of my favourites. Looks great, especially next to ponds. Definitely, it's very bright and vibrant. I love making them. Make your tree something similar to that, and I think that you'll be very happy with it. I think that looks great. If you are not too satisfied, throw some bone meal around the pond. Make it look great. I do love a bit of bone meal. I really do. There we go. Maybe... No, I'll leave the other side of the pond alone, actually. The only other thing outside the back here is a gazebo. So the gazebo is made mainly of wood, as you might guess. It's made of like spruce wood planks, oak wood stairs, spruce wood fence gates, sea lanterns. And then it'll also have a table, so we'll use like a piston and some block of redstone. So the gazebo is going to be like on the right hand side-ish of the back. We'll start it about here in line with the end of the fence, and we just want to begin the side with like a spruce wood stair, just so that we can kind of maybe even here a little bit further out, a spruce wood stair. We'll place a spruce wood plank. No, we'll place an oak wood plank either side of the spruce wood. Then we will place another oak wood plank coming out diagonally. Then a row of 3 planks coming out once again diagonally from that. We want to form a circle. And we want to have a shape that should look like this, right? So it's a circle. So we have rows of 3 on either side, and they're connected together with a single diagonal. That's the easiest way to do that. Let's fill the center of this in with spruce wood planks. And we will also place a table in the center. So we'll knock out that center block, place a block of redstone with a table right in the center of it. We'll take the single diagonals and we'll place 2 spruce wood fence coming up from these single diagonal blocks like this. So that's there and here, come on, and also here. We'll place the oak wood planks on top of the fence like this, and we will have oak wood stairs in a line with where we have the rows of 3 oak wood down below, and that should look quite good. So we have the same shape as what we do down below, except we have the oak wood stairs just above. Like, does that make sense? Like, it's just kind of like in line with what we have just down below. I'm also going to place, we'll need some slabs for this, I think, so we'll use like the oak wood slabs here, and we'll just build up a little bit of a roof for the gazebo using the slabs. An alternate to this is using stairs, but I quite like the slabs. I kind of like the gradual step up with the slabs, like this. Then I'll place a sea lantern right in the center of this, and then, you know what, I'll use a different variety of slab. I'll use the spruce wood slab, and I'll go around the sea lantern, like this. And then I might even place like an oak wood slab with like a spruce wood fence on top of that. And I think that looks quite good, or shall I? Yeah, I think that looks fine, why not? No, I'll just draw that, it does look a bit silly. And then down below here, I'm just going to use the spruce fence gates to kind of create a little barrier going all the way around the edge of the gazebo. I think that looks quite good. There we go. And then we'll just place like, just a chair in here. So whether that's like an oak fence chair or like, or an oak chair rather, or whatever it is, but like a chair and wooden trapdoors either side. I think that looks quite nice, like that. There we go. And that's just a nice feature to add to a garden. I build these in almost every single garden that I do, and I think that they look really, really good. If you want, then you can add some more bone meal around the place, but more importantly, I'm going to add some coarse dirt. I'm just going to add a little bit of coarse dirt in between the gazebo and the pond, and I'm also going to just, there we go, I'm just going to thin out the flowers and the bone meal closer to the center of the path here, because I figure it'd be quite well walked. And there we go. I mean, you don't need to make the garden and everything really, really, really fancy. It looks great if you just do minimalistic things like this. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the garden on the front and the back taken care of. The only thing that we're going to do now is we're going to put a fence around our property. The fence uses block of quartz. It uses some stone slabs. It also needs some pillar quartz block with some redstone lamps. We also need the levers to light them. We need quartz slabs, and we just need, finally, we need some dark oak wood fence. Okay, so let me show you how this looks. So coming out front here, where we have the step down from the entrance, or the step up to the porch, we're just going to knock out in the ground left and right of this, and we're going to knock out far enough that we like supersede our garden. So we just want it to come out far enough that we have come further than our garden. We're going to place a block of quartz inside of this empty space here, and we're going to place stone slabs in between this. So this is going to be the walkway from the garden to the house, like that, right? We're then, left and right of these two end quartz blocks, we're going to place a pillar quartz block with redstone lamps on top, with quartz slabs on top, with levers behind them to light these. So this is left and right of the entrance. In the ground, we're going to dig out left and right of these, and we are going to figure out how far away we want to knock outside of the house. So maybe leaving like a gap of 1, 2, 3, and this 4th row, we're going to knock this out, and this is the distance from the path in the house. And we'll do the same on the opposite side. So we'll leave like a gap of 1, 2, and 3, and this 4th row will knock this out, and we will knock this towards the front, like this. We'll connect this all together, and we will knock these 2 rows, and we will have them come all the way back. And we want these to come out the very back of the house, and it wants to come far enough that we actually have a nice big fence around the property. You could make the back garden even bigger, but I am slightly limited from the fact that I've got like a Wendy's and a pet shop and stuff in the background. But the garden doesn't really have to be bigger. You can extend it if you want. No one's stopping you. As a matter of fact, if you watched my trampoline video, this is kind of a stretch. If you watched my trampoline video, I had a trampoline to the back of like this house. And it looks quite good, so you could very easily, if you wanted to, extend the garden, add more stuff to it. I'd love to see what you guys can add. I've built some stuff on the channel that would lend itself very well to like back gardens and stuff. But fill in the area with block of quartz. What you also want to do, because I'm not going to do this on recording or I might speed it up, what you also want to do on the corners of the garden, you want to add pillar quartz block with redstone lamps on top, with quartz slabs on top, with levers. So you want to have like this on each one of the corners of the perimeter of the house. So like on top of each one of the 4 corners, you want to have your pillar quartz block with your redstone lamps on top, with your quartz slabs on top, with levers lighting up the lanterns. And you want to have that on top of each one of the 4 corners, and you also already have 2 left and right of the entrance. And we're then going to place dark oak wood fence in between them. Now, I've already done most of that, so I don't feel as though I should really cut this out now, but I was going to. And we're just going to place these on, like I said, I've said this like 3 times now, I bet it's irritating. I'm just going to place these on the corners of the house. It's going to make it look very nice, very modern, and we're just going to connect them together with dark oak wood fence. And it will just give us a nice perimeter to the garden. It will look very good. If you want the garden to look a bit nicer, or if you want to add some variation to the garden, add bone meal. Like where you don't know what to add, when to add something, what to add something, add bone meal or something like that. Maybe like here, this position, or here. Looks great. And we're just going to do that, and we're just going to continue adding our fence. So wherever you think that it's a bit boring on the ground, just add bone meal to it. Like, it does make a bit of a difference, like a path or bone meal or something. If you think it is boring and dull, that's completely up to you. So I think that I've just about added all the fence. I just have this front section, I think. Oh no, I've got to come all the way across. And I'm not going to add any bone meal to the front garden. I want the front garden to look quite clean, whereas I'm not so bothered about the back garden. The back garden can get as messy as it likes, but there you go, guys. That's the garden to the house. That's the front of it, and the back should look quite nice as well. There you go. The house will be nice and bright in the dark. It's nice and big. The garden is very, very interesting, as is the inside of the house. Like, it looks great at night, doesn't it? I do like that. Anyway, that is the entire inside and outside of the house done. I realize that took a really long time. Add some details to it if you want. Don't add some details, it's completely up to you. Why don't we have a look around the house now? So, if we were to actually explore this on foot, let's have a look. We'll check out this front garden. We have a nice pond here. We have a tree. We also have a lovely flower bed here. We could maybe add something else out front here as well. I don't know what we'd add, but we can. We come up onto the porch here. We've got plenty of room. We've got some lovely flowers, some plants. We ring the doorbell. We walk straight in because we can. We can walk into the living room, and here we have a nice chair that we can relax and we can read and all of that fun stuff, our magazines and whatever else we might want. We can sit on the sofa, this really comfy sofa that's made out of stone, and we can sit and watch the TV. We've got a massive screen to look at. We can also just sit back and watch the fish if we want to kind of sit on the corner and look backwards. We can watch the fish swim around. In the opposite end of the room, we also have a radio, and we can sit and listen to this in this fancy chair, or we can move through to the kitchen diner. We can have ourselves a nice meal at this big table. We can cook it using all of these implements and all of these machines, and we can even fill the kitchen with water, or the sink with water if we so wanted to. We have a tumble dryer, we have a fridge, all of this fun stuff we have, and we have some storage space. Upstairs, if we walk into the hallway, upstairs we have a master bedroom up here on the left, which I'm very excited about. I love this. This is a really nice looking desk, and we have ourselves some nice storage space, very good to look at. We also have a fish tank up here as well. Plus, we have a bed, a nice big interesting looking bed. We also have another bedroom up here, of course. We have a smaller version of the bed that we've just made, and we have some more storage space. We have an ensuite bathroom right in here, and we also have a toilet, a bath, we have a place to wash our hands, and it's just really, really nice in here. And that's the inside of the house. And if we were to work our way down to the back of the house here, we don't actually have a way to get out of here, so we'll just knock the door through. We have a porch back here that we could add a seat or so onto, but we also have a nice pond to look at with a beautiful cherry blossom tree, and we also have a gazebo that we can sit and look at our tree from if we so wish. And that's the house, guys. It's a really nice house. It's easily changed. You can add stuff, you can add whatever you want to it, you can take away, you can do whatever you like to this house. There's plenty of things that you can do to it. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give this video a like. I'd really appreciate it. I honestly would. I can't believe how much support you actually gave to the original tutorial for this house. I love you guys. Thank you so much for that. If you wouldn't mind, comment down below. Let me know what you want me to make next. Very interested to hear what you guys want me to do. Very, very interested to see. I'd love to see what you guys want me to do next. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. If you like stuff like this or anything else, subscribe. I do loads of stuff around here. If you make this build, the inside, the outside, if you make anything else in general, if you just tweak some things, show me a picture of it on Twitter. Follow me at TSMC360. Also, I know this is a lot of stuff. If you want to make anything else by me, check out the card system, check out the description below. I'll leave you loads and loads of playlists, including the original tutorial for this video. But we do loads of stuff around here. I'm currently working on a city. I'm currently working on, well, this is a city. We have Wendy's, we have a coffee shop, we have a pet shop, we have a chip shop, we have a church, we have a graveyard, we have a train station, supermarket, petrol station, we have a car wash. We have all sorts of crazy things around here. Like, this is my main city. I'm working on it nicely. We even have Planet Express from Futurama all the way over there. It's kind of difficult to see. We have a public park that we're working on over here. Over there, we have a theme park. We're working on loads of projects and even more. Check out the cards, check out the description below, subscribe, and you'll be able to see everything that we're working on. You can build a city with me. You can start building right now. It can begin with that suburban house that we've just furnished. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Remember, that's all in the cards in the description below. Subscribe if you haven't already, like the video if you wouldn't mind, and I'll see you guys in the next video.